And we have another guest, WGM from Bulgaria, Viktoria Radeva. Solid draw, Viktoria.
Thank you for having me, and yeah, thank you. I think it was a decent game. I'm happy with the result. I think I played fine. My opponent also played well, so...
She's in a good shape
stuff.
and she's very well prepared. I was commentating, for example, I think it was round 1. She was playing this Greenfield H3, same line which was used by Muradli, beating Navara at the recent European Individual Open Championship. So she's a tough opponent to deal with the black pieces. So.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's the first time playing against her, but we're almost the same age, so basically we grew up together on tournaments, so I know that she's very strong.
Okay, let's have a board. Let's check the game. So, d4 expected?
Yes, I mean, it's her most played move. I was also preparing some knight f3 stuff, but I was expecting d4.
Okay, d5, c4, and at this moment we came with the camera, you were thinking, hesitating a bit, but bishop b4 was your prep.
I think I was still writing some stuff on my score sheet. So yeah, bishop b4 was my prep. So I was expecting this position. I was mostly considering maybe she takes cd instead of going knight f3, but okay, we got a similar position after that. Okay,
so bishop b4, cd, ed, bishop g5, h6, bishop h4. These days they're playing bishop e6, bishop f5, but you went for this old line.
Yeah, I checked that also they play this stuff, but I decided let's go for g5 and stick to similar ideas in different lines.
Knight e4. I was playing this 15 years ago, and at that time knight c3 was the main move, bishop c and rook c1. Also knight g3 was played quite popular. Pawn takes, and then this moment you played knight c6. I mentioned in the studio that c6 and c5. I was mainly playing versus c6, but then came this knight c6, and it's a normal move basically. Maybe not the best one, but
here I couldn't really remember what I checked, so I just decided to try to develop as fast as possible and then figure out a plan. So I guess it's not objectively the best move, but when your opponent also maybe doesn't know the line, it's not that big of a deal.
Now I'm trying to recall if I'm not mistaken, also there is queen a4 move in this position. If I want to avoid e3, but e3 is the main move. Then you played bishop f5, and I was expecting move like queen b3.
Yeah, I was also considering it, and then I was thinking to take, play queen d6, because I know I can give up this pawn on b7 for some counterplay, and then maybe queen a6, rook b6.
Castle or something.
Yeah, because now the pawn is protected on h6.
Okay, so you played, she played bishop e2, okay, solid move. You went for queen d7, but somehow very quickly you got a good game.
Yeah, I was happy to take on c3, and I was even happier that she played a3, so I don't waste time immediately taking. So I think here black is doing more than okay. After knight a5, I was considering some other moves like long castle, but I didn't really like knight b3. I felt she would get some comfortable position, so I thought after knight a5 I should be more than okay.
c4, a bit surprising move, but okay, also quite normal. Usually they play something like g4 here on the other side, and transfer the knight sometime.
To g3.
Yeah, even, but she played c4. Okay, and then you liquidate and played a long castle.
Yes. Here I spent quite some time thinking. I was considering some bishop before, some active move. I see that h5 is also a move to just give up the pawn, long castle, and then get some counterplay for the pawn.
Yeah.
But it didn't really cross my mind here to play h5.
So you went for a long castle. I think it's a natural move. Queen b3.
And again, here I was mostly considering, do I go bishop g6, h5, or do I try to exchange this bishop? Because the bishop on c4, it's a bit annoying. So I was thinking bishop g6, maybe rook c1, h5. And now I wasn't so sure what white will play. Maybe some bishop e2 back, h4. And the bishop goes to the other diagonal, to f3. So I thought maybe it's better to just exchange it. And then I have some h5 in the future.
Okay, so she played rook c1, you took h5. Okay, when you played h5, usually it's already fine. You don't need to worry, because h4 will happen at some stage. She castled, and king b8. Okay, here is still possible to go wrong with black pieces.
Yeah, I was thinking about this move h4 for black, but I think it's a bit too optimistic. I feel like white has very strong attack, like rook b1 is coming, and,
Okay,
and I
so
might be in
let's show.
trouble.
So h4, rook b1, you go b6 maybe, if you go b6, then rook to c1.
Yeah,
and then
now
you
I
don't
cannot
have c6.
protect
So you
on-
need
yeah.
to maybe go c6.
But then rook b4, and I don't have time to do anything on the h file. And it seems like,
b6 already sacrificing,
wow, yeah.
and she will get the queen back, and maybe the king is weak.
Yeah, and I guess this g5 pawn is a bit too weak. Maybe somehow she wins it, and then it's
So
pretty
you
much
went
game over.
for king b8 with the point after rook b1 to play b6.
Yeah, and to have rook c8 to defend
Yeah,
on c7.
On this move you go rook c8. So she went. She went rook b5, queen b5 at this moment. I was thinking that you should maybe avoid to play queen e7 even.
But then I wasn't sure about some queen a6,
So queen e7, queen a6.
for example, something like that.
Okay, but it can also be tricky now for
Yeah.
her. h4,
So
rook a4, c6. So can she break through? Who is first? It's sort of race. Rook b4 maybe.
yeah, rook b4 is
Okay,
coming.
she can also first play g4 maybe to stop this activity, because on h3 she can maybe even take. But okay, let's say that she plays rook b4, rook d7.
I was considering that to keep the
So,
queens,
yeah,
but
it's a
I
race.
was very,
It's a race.
very
Yeah.
unsure.
It's a race. Who knows?
Yeah, but my queen is a bit awkward on e7. Like, it cannot really help the rook on h8 attack. So I wasn't sure about these complications.
Yeah, I was thinking
Too
that
tricky.
that might be your option to leave the queen. So you took, but somehow you just finish your game maybe too quickly, or that your opponent actually, because it's still tricky. It's not easy to
Yeah,
play with the black
definitely.
pieces as well. So she was not happy with the outcome.
I think she was a bit, because she played king f1 and offered
Okay,
to
let's
draw.
say f3, like this kind of
Yeah,
position.
I guess I have to play king b7, c6, and slowly start pushing as well.
Let's say this kind of position. And
Yeah,
you
maybe
push
just c6.
Okay, and then you will push b5, a5, or
Yeah, I think she was a bit worried that these pawns might be a bit too fast. And here, instead of king f1, I was mostly considering this rook f5 move, or rook c6, but rook f5,
okay.
rook d6,
Yeah.
and now e4 I was thinking. And I guess it's still a bit tricky. I was thinking rook d8, and to play some e5, fe, d, rook d1, and then I wasn't sure, am I better? What is the situation? Because I have some, like now my rooks are very strong. So I guess,
a1 you
yeah,
want
rook
to go
a1
for a
is a
checkmate.
good move,
Yeah.
yeah. So I guess she
needs
has to go
somehow
g4 or something.
G4, h4, g3, probably trying to get out
Yeah.
with the. My point was that this game, if you play like 10 times afterwards, that you will get like 10 times different results. It's so complicated. So I was thinking that she will push, but as you mentioned, maybe she was not happy with the position. She was worried about this pawn majority, and she respects you as a player.
Yeah, I'm glad. I mean, we've also known each other, as I said, for many years. We are friends, so I guess we have like each other's respect. So yeah, I'm glad with today, with the outcome, and hopefully tomorrow it goes.
Yeah,
even
you
better.
started your tournament quite well. 2 wins with the white pieces. With the favorite. Now we will play with the white pieces probably round number 4. So things look fine.
Yeah. As long as chess is solid, decent moves, I'm
Last
happy.
year, I'm trying to recall how was your tournament in the
Not
end?
very good. Not very
Okay,
good.
so you are determined.
Yes, to do better this year.
Okay, thanks for joining. We will go for a break and then we will touch final moments of this round.